The garden is a quarter lot. The fence is chain link. The soil is dark and smells like iron, like blood. The tools hang from a post in the center, chained by padlocks, orange with rust. The key is with Mrs. Gable. The spade is chained next to the hoe. The lock is a master, the slow accumulation of oxidation that makes the hasp a decoration. More than security, the surety of the tools staying put is the purity of the neighborhood's need, the greed of the garden that feeds those who tended the fence that keeps out the dogs, the sense of ownership that is collective, the protective nature of the chain of the post that holds the implements that boast of work of the dirt under the nails of the women, the men, the tails of tomatoes that grew to the size of fists of the prize of the zucchini that overtook the plot of the neighbor who forgot to harvest, to let it grow into a club, into the show of abundance that the garden gives. The chain ensures the tools live to see another season, another spring. But the rust is a slow sting of time, of the rain that falls on the locks that cause the metal to surrender, to give in to the orange, to the thin edge of decay that cuts the trust. Rusted commons. The soil is richer than the street. Rusted commons. The padlock is the seat. Who holds the key? Rusted commons. The chain is the law. Rusted commons of what we saw and shared. Mrs. Gable is in 4B. She is 83. She has the key on the lanyard. The fee of her apartment is paid by the son who doesn't visit, who runs a business in another state, who sends checks but not presents. The bends of her day, of the garden, the lock, the walk to the lot at 6 in the morning before the heat, before the warning of the sun. She unlocks the spade for the woman who works the night trade at the hospital, for the man who drives the bus, for the plant of the soil that doesn't know ownership, that grows for whoever drops it. The seed, the water, the time, the crime is not in the taking but in the cut of the lock, in the rod of someone who stole the spade last year. The fear that entered after, the need to chain what was free to bleed, the trust in the metal, into the orange of the rust, into the strange new contract of the garden, the clause that says we share, but under lock, under laws. The tomatoes are ripe in August. The weight of them pulls the vine toward the gate, where the tools hang, where the rust is a color now, is the dust of the old agreement, the new rule. Someone left a cucumber on her step. No note, no name. The wrap of the garden, of the soil, of the still unbroken need to give, to fill the gap that the lock made, the space between the chain and the grace. Rusted commons. The soil is richer than the street. Rusted commons. The padlock is the seat. Who holds the key? Rusted commons. The chain is the law. Rusted commons of what we saw and shared. The garden grows regardless of the lock. The tomatoes don't check the clock of ownership. The zucchini doesn't ask who holds the key, who wears the mask of the keeper. The rust is just a color on the metal, on the collar of the post. The soil is black and full of worms, of the pull of life that doesn't need permission, that grows through the fence, through the mission of the chain, through the orange decay. The garden is common, the rust is just a way of marking time, of marking the need to protect what we plant, what we weed.